someone knows you're a private investigator, they'll go after you next.
Evening.
Hey, basically, the private investigator got killed by the werewolf. Yeah. And it's just when they knew it, and I was like, there, written in the private investigator's bloody, the werewolf. Yeah, you see the werewolf freak out and say, it's like, tell everyone.
And then if that's something like we can actually form an allotment essentially.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, it's almost got that.
That's it.
Just
Yeah.
because of what Titch does,
That's it,
but
yeah.
it's not actually. If you had one that covered the two.
Yeah.
And that one, you get people running their own.
Yeah, that's it, yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Go thinking hats on stuff.
Evening, Morag. Not spoken to you, yes.
Was busy making tea, I think. Just better way missing.
Hi.
I feel.
Hello.
Sorry. Good morning, mate. Got that -1 tonight, so. Got that -1 tonight.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, you're always a bearer of good news, you are, you know. Chairman, before you start any meeting, can I just make a comment and say, I'm very pleased to see you here. I know you've had a rough time on this and the other, and you're very, very welcome, and I hope you get on.
Thank you.
Get up.
Thank you, Phil.
Okay.
Thank you. I was just explaining to two other councillors that I've got a bit to go yet. There's a little way to go yet. I was at the hospital last night.
Yes.
But I know everybody's listening, and I have still got a catheter fitted, and it's so uncomfortable. You wouldn't believe it, honestly. Well, you might believe it. You might have had one. I don't know, but it's a real pleasure to be here, and I did want to show me face.
Very pleased to see you, boss.
Yes, yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, welcome everyone. Code of conduct and apologies for absence. As I have remind attendees to show respect for all throughout the meeting in line with the obligations and the code of conduct, and to receive it, and if it is that desired, resolve to approve any apologies for absence.
So we got apologies from Councillor Nick Howells and Councillor Sally Fitzgerald this evening.
Okay. Thank you. Declarations of interest and dispensations to receive and resolve if desired declaration of interest and relevant dispensations. Everyone okay?
Yeah.
You just throw something at me as we go along, if you think it, means a lot. Number 3, public participation.
Could I just put,
No.
Selby wishes for apology in review?
Sorry, Phil?
Selby wishes apologies. You're not on this committee.
She's not on this
Yeah.
committee, it's fine, Phil, yeah, thank you.
Okay, Phil.
Okay.
Minutes and matters arising. First one is previous minutes. You sign, correct record the minutes, from the meeting of the events planning committee on the 4th of the 3rd, appendix B. All right,
Yeah, I'd just like to approve them as correct.
thank you, Morag. Is there a second there? Thank you,
Just
Phil.
before they do, I was going to say, it mentions that I gave the date for when the buses were going to be reevaluated. It was talking about getting the ticket, so I was given the date rather than giving it, but yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so you were receiving information.
yeah, I
rather than
received the
giving
information rather
Okay,
than, yeah.
thank you, Jackson, that's great.
Maybe
Okay, all in favor? Yes, close. Matters arising to report for information purposes only, matters arising from the event of planning committee on the 4th of the 3rd, 2026. I didn't make it, I'm afraid, and I was a little bit upset about that, but
Can I just ask, Chair, have we had the amendments to the Welsh translation for the logo?
Yes, the clerk is done that, yeah.
is there anything else about the meeting, Kim? You wanna say?
Other than everything else that's on the task list has either been done or is in progress, such as the community awards, obviously the panel is set up, but that's yet to happen. And the planning application decisions were already submitted, so yeah.
Okay with that, everyone? Thank you. Number 5 is tourism and economic development. To receive a report from the community service manager, football, train tickets and holidays and other matters related to the tourist information centre. When?
Yep, as you can see from the paper, yep, we seem to be having a lot of inquiries. Mostly local people come in. Some of them just come in for a chit chat and just offload what they're doing or what problems they got, you know, we're there to listen. And yeah, the handbags, we have to do another order of handbags because when you're chit chatting to somebody, it's surprising how you can sort of stand by a bag and
They just buy it.
that's it, yeah. Yeah, and of course the fishing season has started now, so we're picking up on the fishing season and the bones have got them out, so it's all, yeah, going up and up. So that's good.
Yeah, so,
All right.
Chair, can I just ask Wendy, from your point of view, because you've been there quite some years now, but is it busier this year or
No,
no?
I'd love to say, yes, it's busier, but that's not my style.
No.
You know,
No,
I'm not that sort of person to say, yeah, we're busy, you know.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say we're busier
No.
than last year.
And have you had any interest in, because obviously the signs for the free parking have gone up, which will start this
Yeah,
year.
not yet, no,
Yeah.
no.
I just wondered if
Yeah,
any of these
not,
asked
no,
questions
perhaps
about
after
this.
Saturday, then perhaps next
Yeah.
month I'll be able to fill you in a bit more on that and see how that's going, yeah. But the holiday makers are starting to come just slowly.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think a bad winter and a fairly early Easter means
Exactly,
it's very
yes.
difficult to compare year on year as far as spring's concerned because it
It is,
varies.
yeah, because it's, yeah, because we're, Easter's very early this time, isn't it? Yeah.
Miss Mayor?
Thanks. I know we've changed the name to Welshpool Information Centre. It's still down in the agenda as DIC. But have you noticed anybody referring to it as Welshpool Information Centre, or does everybody still call it
No,
the
everybody
TIC?
still called it
TIC.
TIC, yes.
I thought they would.
Yeah, they haven't changed on
Yeah,
that, no.
yeah.
No,
but that could just stand for the information centre.
yeah.
Yes,
But
yeah.
give them time, perhaps they will, but we are having a lot of inquiries about different things and which is good, yeah. And we're there to help people. Listen to their stories, if they're in trouble with anything, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Doesn't actually matter what they
No,
call it. does it?
exactly, no, doesn't, no.
So do we know when we're getting the new signs?
I think there's some up there now, outside the building,
I think Richard's on it,
Welshpool
isn't he?
Information Centre. Yes,
Yeah, I think he's on it, isn't he, Chris? Yeah.
yeah, I think it's being done anyway, there's one or two up there now and one quite large one as well.
I'll have a look in the morning.
Okay, go to the far end where the car park is,
Yeah.
you'll see them up against the wall. On the wall.
The community fridge, we send people up to the community fridge and they love it. They come back and tell us how great it is, so it's good. It is really good,
Good that that's working.
Yeah,
as well.
it is.
Jason,
When you say you send people up there, have you had any problems with people knowing the location of the community fridge? Is it something we need to get the location out more of, or is it just that they didn't know it was there and that's?
No,
why
they
you
just
sent-
didn't know it was there.
Ah, brilliant.
These are people that haven't got mobile phones or something like
Yeah.
that, yeah. Just like to have the face to face, give a
Brilliant.
little leaflet or whatever like that, yeah.
Yeah,
I even fetched something down for some lady. She wanted me to pop up because she couldn't walk up.
Oh.
So I went up and got a muffin. Yeah,
Well, that was nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was ever so pleased about that, but at least she knows it's there. She can go on her own terms next time and walk up slowly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
okay, everyone, okay, thank you, Wen.
Okay, thanks.
Business planning and financial matters, interim strategic plan, action plan. Appendix D. Morek, sorry, Morek.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I think I may be wrong, but I doubt it. At last week's full council, some of these items were moved into next year anyway. It was agreed then that some of these items would move into next year. The larger titles, in the details.
Some items moved to when, sorry, Mark?
Well, the ones where you're saying they've started now.
Yeah.
They'll move into next year. That was done as part of the review of the main strategic plan.
Yeah, and it's a little bit depressing that so much in here hasn't been started yet. I can understand the reasons why, and we have to wait for the Powys development plan to be finalised before we can start work on our own place plan. But it's a bit depressing month after month to see all these things and we haven't actually started to get them underway yet.
Yes, Phil.
Yes,
Sorry, sir.
I know that most of them have been marked as year 2 or year 2
Yeah.
to 3, so but I take the points, and the problem is, of course, that we don't really, particularly when it comes to place planning, there is no point in doing it until we have some idea of what the LDP is.
Mm.
Thank you, Phil. Okay, everyone okay with that? Number 6.2 is budget committee finance month 12. And it's appendix E. You know what, I was just gonna say Morak's gonna put her hand up any minute. Oh, Morak.
Just to say, we are technically over budget, but as people know, the lighting is one of the reasons that it's over budget, and for next year, the lighting has been moved into a separate budget. I don't even think it's in events any longer, because it's a general thing, not just an event.
Yeah.
And I raised at council as well the issue with, for all of our staffing costs, the under budget on taxation on HRMC, which is included as well, which is another £8,000 overspent against budget. But we feel it was an error on the previous RFA's part last year. In not including sufficient budget, because it is something we should be able to more or less accurately budget for, but for some reason it wasn't done that. So everything else is more or less swings and roundabouts, isn't it? We're over on income and over on expenditure, so.
I do think we have to keep an eye on things that we know are going to come up, whether it's yearly, 2 yearly, or whatever. And try to take that away from the budget, because we're not spending a lot on anything else.
No.
Morag, are we?
No, done very well under the circumstances, and I think the separate budgeting of events next year will help a lot.
But I think when someone sees a deficit of 6,000 or 8,000, straight away it's a black mark.
Yeah.
It's sort of, oh wow, that's a long way. But to explain to someone, you know, because I think personally that this committee is doing amazing. Is doing absolutely amazing.
We're doing a lot for the money that we have.
Thanks, Maura. Okay. Everyone okay with it?
Yep.
Where are we, Kim? I've lost track altogether. Interim strategic, no. Welshpool Fair Trade, yeah. Event, okay, event, number 7. Welshpool Fair Trade, Will? William?
Nothing much to report at the moment, but what I'm intending to do over the next couple of weeks is to put something in the paper if I can, and into my Welshpool also, just to say a little bit more about what I'm hoping we can do, which is not just to set up a market stall and sell fair trade products, but to re-establish Welshpool Fair Trade as an idea and as a project, so that we can work towards perhaps becoming the fair trade town, which a number of small towns like ours have done. But to do this, we'll need volunteers. It's not something I can do as single-handed, nor is it something that I should do, or anyone should do single-handed. And so the idea is to put something out in the press to basically say, we're going to have a meeting to look into this, to look at how it can be, and to plan for an event, which would be a fair trade event involving as many different organisations and suppliers and so forth as I can manage to, which hopefully then will establish something that can continue. I'm finding that similar groups in towns of a similar size to us, or maybe slightly bigger, are tending to have stalls that operate once a week rather than more often than that. So a market stall that was simply operating on a Saturday might be a good possibility. But again, it's a matter of testing out what's going to be possible. And the first thing to test out is how many people have we got who might be prepared to come in and be part of a group of volunteers.
Okay, thank you, Will. Anyone else coming back? Yeah.
Can I have some flyers as well for the TAC?
Oh,
Yeah. Can you
Yes. Yeah.
please?
Mayor?
On the question of this is a project that is going to need voluntary assistance, as do some other projects. And I know that we started a volunteering policy. How far have we got with that? have we taken any active steps to implement anything in that yet?
Well, we haven't agreed it.
Other than that.
We've agreed it, but yes, has it been put?
Community fridge, but it would apply to any other service we provide that will include volunteers. As part of the strategic plan, the item is actually to have a volunteer strategies to widen where
Yeah.
we have volunteers and how we manage them. At the moment, it just concentrates on the hub and the community fridge.
But I think that the fact that we've agreed that means that any use of volunteers needs to pay regard to what we've agreed. And to tie in with that. So we now have it's a strategy or a protocol, but whatever, we've got a way in which we have agreed we will work with volunteers and value them, so.
That would be a protocol. A strategy would actually formulate some system for actually encouraging and recruiting them. I don't know whether the plan does that, does it?
That's in the main strategic plan for year 2, I think.
Right, right. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Farmers market feasibility study, April 2026. Appendix F.
So we recently had a market traders meeting and it was discussed with them the idea of the farmers market, which is what we discussed at the last meeting, and the views were mixed, with some saying they don't have an issue with it taking place at all, and others saying it would definitely conflict with what they're already selling in the market. So it's going to affect some traders and it's not going to affect others. So it is again back to you guys for a decision on a way forward.
Maureen.
Sorry, I noticed in the report that you've not had a reply yet from the people that you wrote to, the young farmers.
Yeah.
and the National Farmers Union. Because part of the discussion last time was what demand is there from the farmers? So I think until we can actually assess that demand from farmers to actually turn up and sell things, then we need to really, I mean, don't take it off the agenda, but I think there's still more work to do to decide, is there demand for it? If there is, what is the demand? What are the types of things? Because the types of things that will get sold there, that is what will affect the current market traders. And obviously, we really don't want to do anything that would detract from, their sales. It's hard enough as it is. So I do think it's worth keeping it on the agenda and continuing to do that research.
Thank you, Maureen. Jackson.
I was just going to say, you said you had a mixed response.
Yeah.
Do you have like the numbers, and was any of them enthusiastic? Because some of them you said didn't mind either way.
Yeah.
But are there some who feel that it would drive more footfall in?
It was mixed. I'd say it was a 50-50 split.
Yeah.
But there are already very few that would be selling what any of the farmers market would bring in, if that makes sense. So yeah, some of them were enthusiastic in the sense that it's a possibility it would bring more trade in, but again, that's not been decided as when it will take place, how often it will take place, and things like that. So it was even suggested to hold it on a day that the market wasn't open, which we said didn't really make sense because the whole point was to try and bring footfall into the market. So working alongside the market would be better than trying to work against the market. So it was just very mixed.
Did you notice anything like the types of stalls who were in favour and the types of stalls who were against, or mixed there too?
More craft stalls were for it.
Yeah.
The fruit and veg and other stalls that sold any kind of produce, which are at least 3 of them, were for it. No.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jackson. So, Bill, Will.
Yeah, I was just really pondering over the fact that I go into the market fairly often. I don't think I've seen anyone selling milk, cheese, honey, or chutneys for ages.
Yeah, fruit and veg do.
Do they?
They've got a fridge now to sell it. That's That's why they're a bit nervous about,
Right, I
yeah.
mean, honey, I know Curly used to sell honey when she still had a Saturday store, but I've not seen
Yeah,
any since then.
Sue tends to
Um,
sell it on her behalf now.
But the one of these that I had really anything to do with somewhat peripherally was in Much Wenlock. And basically it operated in terms of the town council responding to demand from farmers to sell their wares. I don't think it works the other way around. They provided a venue, actually a very separate venue from existing market areas, but a venue that farmers could simply come into. But the demand, that the initial demand was certainly from the farming community rather than from. So I think maybe we can encourage a demand from the farming community, but we do need to, as Maura has said, to really be looking as that as the starting point.
Thank you, Will. Phil?
Yeah, bearing in mind I'm not a member of this committee, Chair.
Yes.
But I do think that we have to be very careful that we don't upset the traders downstairs. They're the ones who keep the market, who kept the market going for quite some time now, right? And I would put in everybody's head, if you're ever gonna try this or do it or whatever, the sensible thing from my point of view would be to say to yourself, well, the markets downstairs is open Monday and Tuesday, closed Wednesday and Thursday, and open Friday and Saturday. So when you have a market, if you're gonna try it on a Wednesday and Thursday, or Wednesday or Thursday, so that it's on its own, it's not affecting anybody downstairs. So your thought, but I'm not on this committee, as I say, so I wouldn't be.
Thank you, Phil. Mr. Max?
Yeah, if we're not sure what the demand would be from farmers and producers locally, perhaps it might be an idea just to run an experiment, and perhaps when we have the next continental street food market, we could perhaps open up the corn exchange to local producers and see if they want to be part of that, which is effectively a farmer's market. But and that has more chance of working because the footfall is already there, because the continental market is there. And if they have a successful day trading from the corn exchange on that day, maybe it would encourage them to come back when the continental market isn't there. And then we could develop it, from that point. I don't know, just an idea.
Right, so where are we gonna go? It's obviously gonna stay on the books.
I'll carry on chasing for responses, but I'll definitely toil with that idea, Phil, and get in touch with the organisers of the continental market, make sure that it's not.
Better put it to the vote first, I guess.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
if that's what you want me to do.
Yeah, I think it's worth a go.
Okay, Bill, well,
Yeah, just to add one thing, I mean, all those who came to the farmers markets that happened fairly regularly, I don't know how often it was in Much Wenlock, were clearly people who were already packaging and selling through other directions. So because obviously there is a certain amount of that needs to be done if you're going. So we need possibly to be looking specifically at those farmers who are already to some degree selling their produce themselves rather than buying.
Yeah, but a lot do, and there used to be a regular market. Was it Glen Severn Hall?
Yeah,
Is that? And then they stopped doing that, but that used to be well attended both by buyers and sellers, and these were all local producers who were used to doing that sort of event. So their stuff was packaged, bottled, whatever. So there are people locally that are equipped to do it and do it. They just don't do it here.
okay. All right, Kim, you gonna get on board with that?
So yeah, I've got chase for response from farmers and local producers and speak to the continental market organisers about the idea of holding a farmers market and a full exchange
On one of the days at the market,
alongside the continental market. Yeah,
yes,
do you want to have a vote on that?
Do you know which days the continental market will be?
It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For the
Brilliant.
day, so alongside the market, which
Yeah.
is great, yeah, except for Sunday, but they can open on additional days if they want to.
Yep.
are we all in favour of that?
Phil, is that your
I
proposal?
propose that.
Okay, Phil. Thank you. Seconder, yeah, all in favour? Yeah. I think that's right. Thank you everyone for your input then. 7.3 is Flexion Estates, Jim.
Yeah, so the last Flicks and Sticks was the screening of One Chance. It was a really good film. Seems like ages ago now, doesn't it? But
It was excellent.
it was 54 in attendance, which I think is the most we've had.
I think we broke a record, yes.
And we took £106 in tea and coffee cake donations. Tea, coffee, cake sales, sorry, and £42.34 with donations. When you take off the cost of the cakes, that gave a total of £130.34.
Almost our money back, if you like.
And the next screening is being held, it's a little bit later this month.
Mrs.
because-
Brown's,
No, it's not Mrs. Brown.
is it not?
No, so it'll be on Monday the 13th of April and it's Brassed Off, which is the one that got cancelled in January due to the snow, so.
Mrs. Brown's been moved to next month, is it?
That would be.
Yeah, it probably Phil, yeah.
We'll see. Phil.
That's local man though, in Brastoff. He died, didn't he? But he was a lovely, lovely guy.
Where was he from then? I didn't know he was local.
Shropshire somewhere.
I always thought he was northern.
No,
Yeah.
he's my sister was in hospital and she became very good friends. She hadn't got a clue who he was, but she became very good friends. And he used to wake her up at 3 o'clock. Dawn, let's go and have a pint. So that's how it was. Yeah, and he was a lovely, lovely man.
Were you talking about Chris?
Pete Postlethwaite.
Postlethwaite, yeah. Pete Postlethwaite. And yeah, his wife and 2 children live locally as well.
Steven Spielberg said he was the best actor in the world.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
That's a compliment.
that's a compliment, yes. Right, that's lovely anyway. So all the support we can for Brastoff. Keep wheels tidy, spring clean, come ride. William?
Yeah,
Bill?
we arranged 2 collections. One on the Oldford estate and one starting from the information centre. Sadly, attendance was not brilliant at either of them. We had a reasonable number from the county, but no one came from Clwyd Allen, although James Thompson had hoped that he had arranged for a group to come from Clwyd Allen to help on the Oldford estate. We had 2 very nice people off the estate who came and helped, and someone else. So there was a reasonable number of us, and we did a lot of clearing. We did move a seriously large amount of stuff. The one from the information centre last Friday was even less well supported. We had one member of the community, no councillors other than myself, and Jodie from the Spring Clean Cumbria, and James Thompson from the county. But between us, we again we covered the whole area that we'd intended to. We did move a lot of stuff that had been there for a long time. So quite pleased with that.
Well done.
I know that I and one or two others have done other things during the week. I collected down Salop Road as far as the primary school and back. Others have done others. I noticed someone was out last Sunday collecting litter in Bellen, which is good. So you know it, and we had. I'm trying to remember whether it was the nursery or was it the.
The one primary school got in touch to say they were doing their own around the school, and then it was Park Lane, the nursery there.
And they were complaining because the town was too
They
tidy. There
said
was
it's
not
too
enough litter.
tidy. There was no rubbish for them to collect. They were not happy.
What I think we have arranged, because as of sometime this month, the main place to collect equipment to do litter picks will move to Alamba, or move back to Alamba. But we have, I think, arranged that we will have some material still in the information centre, so that people who are collecting regularly can still collect from there. Both Jody seemed to think it was possible, but wasn't sure what the county would think. James Thompson was perfectly happy, so I think that will happen. I should say that because I forgot to mention him, and I should have mentioned him, but the town clerk did come and assist on the Friday, but said he had invited other office staff to come as well, but they didn't feel they had the time. But
Oh,
I had to hold ship, sorry.
okay. Thank you, Will. Phil?
Yeah, just a question to those that have been and done some litter picking. I'm not one of them, I'm afraid. When McDonald's opened, there was definitely an increase in litter, particularly along the canal towpath and other areas leading up to it. I'm just wondering, since we now have KFC and the coffee shop and everything else, whether there's been any marked increase in the litter or whether it's pretty much as it was.
Pass.
Yeah.
I haven't really checked, but McDonald's do a regular pick. They have folk from their staff who volunteer and do a certain amount of it. I don't know whether, and I think that was actually part of the conditions.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, it
but
was.
It was, yes.
I don't know whether that is the case for the other.
I know there's bins along the canal to an extent anyway, but how many are?
Yeah. Maybe we should monitor it, and if it turns out that there's a lot of KFC packaging and that
Yes.
sort of thing, then we should speak to them about doing something similar to what McDonald's do.
Yeah.
One hopes they would be public spirited enough to do that.
I think it would be good. It would be good to talk to them anyway. So I mean, I'll try and factor that in. I would, I'd like to sort of try and just get enough material, enough evidence to sort of confront people a little bit. The other thing is, I'm very happy to go into schools, and I'm hoping that Kim is going to try and arrange that to talk about the impact of littering, especially. It's not just a matter of it makes the town untidy; it's actually dangerous. If you happen to put a mower over a couple of tins, you get jagged edges, horrible things, still there hidden in the grass, and that can damage animals, pet dogs, wildlife. It can damage children. You've only got to have someone running over a part and falling over and happening to fall on where a mower has mowed a can. So it's things like that I'd like to talk about to school assemblies and so forth, and just get the message that it's not just a matter of being tidy. It's actually making the place safer and better for all concerned.
Right, well, Jackson,
When he's got a hand.
Jackson first.
I was going to say that I've got two friends who do regular litter picks and I help them, and I can certainly say from their experience, there's been an increase both with McDonald's and with the KFCs. One of the real things is by roadways, because as you said, they're pretty good at picking along the canal where they got those, but that main road that goes past the railway, so alongside there, you can't really see from the road, but there's an awful lot of litter on there of people who eat and then just throw the bag full of litter out of the window.
People chuck things out the window all the time.
Yeah.
So
So
Red Bank, which I collect regularly,
Yeah.
you've always got stuff there that's just been chucked out of window.
Yeah.
yeah, indeed, the roadways ones. And the other thing I was going to sort of mention, just as aside from what you were saying, when you're going into schools, I know that fishing is very popular again now. So mentioning the impact it has on the fish if the stuff gets into water might also help. Yeah.
Thank you, Jackson.
Well, I was just gonna say, we were taught as kids not to always take your litter home. You know, it should be coming from the parents, shouldn't it? All these ones.
Yeah.
That are travelling in their vehicles and open the window, you know, because we've got loads and loads of litter by us. We might as well go picking every Sunday.
Well,
The
Thank you,
other thing just to note is that is the idea of having litter and tidiness champions, you know, taking an interest in their bit of the town. That's something that I've asked to be put on the agenda for the next full council meeting.
Is that going on next full council? You've asked Rich already, have you?
I have,
Yeah.
yes, at the last full council.
okay. All right with that, everyone? That's good. That's quite a good in. Walking festival.
Nothing further to report on that.
Well, right. Dance
And
festival.
ditto for me.
Oh,
Oh, except one thing, I need some mannequins or dress dummies to display the costumes if we're gonna do the talk, which I think we're now doing in conjunction with Rotary and the council, aren't we, Kim?
I think so.
Yeah, so it's like a public talk, so
Yes.
with a display. In order that I can display stuff properly, I could do with some just dress dummies, you know, nothing spectacular, just bare wire ones would do. But if you know possibly where I might be able to source some of those, or if any of the local shops might lend us some.
We got one that's not.
We've got one, yeah,
You've got one. haven't
yeah,
you?
we got one.
Yeah.
I think we may have one that's and has got for dress
Oh,
making.
was it?
So
Yeah, right. Well, ideally, if I'm gonna display a decent amount, I've got. I don't know, I could do with 7 or 8.
No problem. Okay.
thank you. Well, Jackson.
I know they used to have a few dummies in the windows by the canal for the museum and the library, because they had people in period costumes, so you know, side things look like that. I don't know what's happened with those dummies
Right,
since, so
right.
it might be worth speaking to the museum, because they do have storage, so if they're not using them.
That's a good idea, yeah,
Especially
yeah.
tell them what you're doing.
Yes.
And you give them back after.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Do
yeah.
you want me to drop them an email or are you gonna?
No, if you could, that would be
Yeah,
brilliant.
I'll drop them an
Yeah,
email.
super.
it may well be worth just contacting majors and people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got spares, yeah.
Okay, great. Bill, do you wanna come in there?
Sorry, I can't sit here and not contribute to this one.
Right,
If we're looking for dummies, this council should have a first class
Oh.
rating to go and find it.
thank you, Bill.
Well, are you volunteering, Phil?
I would say one thing, the one that Jackson is mentioning down at the museum
Yeah.
down there, right? That one was in the window for surely 20 years of that cottage, if not 30 years, right? And I'd hate to think of it being used on anything else other than what it was doing there. It was making a statement, and I'd love to see it back there.
Okay. Find out where they all are.
I'm afraid we need to move on to next business because I've got this image of Councillor Pritchard in a tutu. Which
I know dummies when I see them, you know.
Okay. We will have a look for dummies. 7.7 is to consider the updates in respect of the Hastings event.
So I've had a bit of feedback from the clerk to say there were 26 public attendees at the Hastings and 6 candidates, including Reform UK, Conservatives, Lib Dems, Labour, Plaid Cymru, and Gwlad. Is that how you say it? Feedback from the attendees was that it was an enjoyable evening. It was live streamed on Facebook and the date time was published on my Welshpool and County Times and our social media groups on Facebook twice. So despite the feedback, it was advertised. I just think it was a very important game on apparently as well, wasn't it? I did hear.
Bill, just a question. Can anybody tell me or confirm how many members of the public turned up?
26.
26.
26.
26. Okay.
Bill?
Can I just thank Bill, who stepped in at the last moment because I had family commitments and he very kindly did it at very short notice for me, despite having commitments of his own. So thank you, Bill.
Well done, Bill.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Bill did a very good job on the night. Thank you, Bill. But I was there in the audience, and it's the first Hastings I'd ever been to, so I didn't know what to expect. And apart from people who were telling me about previous Hastings, which would have been the main elections, where you could hardly get into the room, I thought it was really interesting. Like I hadn't got a clue who anybody was before that night, or who I should vote for. I still don't, but at least I know a lot more about the candidates, or no, not the candidates, but the parties that they represent. So I thought it was very worthwhile.
Thank you, Molly.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we have to be careful what we say about this, but the one thing I would say, we had 6 of the 8 parties or groups standing, and I was very impressed with the way they presented themselves on stage. Very impressed with the way they supported each other. There was there was, it wasn't combative. It was very much, people often even said, "Oh yes, well I absolutely agree with what so and so said," which is reassuring. It would be nice if the whole campaign were carried out in the same generous spirit.
Thank you, Bill. Okay, everyone okay with that? 7.8 Carnival to report from the events and markets manager from the Carnival Working Group meeting held on 23rd of March.
Yes, so we had another Carnival Working Group meeting, which we had 6 people attend. It was a very good meeting, lots of ideas generated again, some office recommendations at the top of the report for you, but other than that, the report is a basis of what everyone was suggesting, so yeah.
All right.
So just to say, I have contacted Daley Jones, who's the rugby coach at the moment from the rugby club.
Well,
And he said that they are doing something with the youth team at the moment, but he's going to get back to me because I want him to organise tug of war, but
that would be great.
do one.
Thank you, Morag, because I'm really struggling to get someone to organise that, so thank you.
Well,
Are there any things that we need to vote on tonight in order to enable you to continue?
Yeah, so some of my recommendations to obtain quote from BMX Show at MEMA Entertainment as the headline act. That was one of the discussions that took place. There was some that disagreed with another bike as a headline act, just because we had it last year and we got Tour de France next year, so we're probably going to want it for next year, but that was one of the recommendations to come out of it. It is up to you whether you go ahead with that or not, but and to create an itinerary for the day so acts can be sorted and slotted in, creating a full entertaining afternoon. They're saying it would be nice to have a visual itinerary from myself so that they can see what else needs to be included on the day, if that makes sense, and what's going to keep people down on the field. And to approach multiple PA sound people for a quote for the day. So those are the recommendations to come out of the meeting.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Action, sorry.
Just a quick question. You said that some people weren't keen on the idea of the BMX.
Yeah.
Did they have a rival suggestion, or was
No.
it just? Yeah.
That's why it's on the recommendation
Yeah.
sheet, because it's a difficult one. Being a sports theme, we were very limited as to what the headline act could be, because the strongman wasn't available. Well, both of them, because I contacted two different, but yeah, so bikes was the next best thing. But if anyone has any ideas,
Morag, sorry, Morag.
I don't have any ideas because I don't really know what is available, but we had BMX last year. And I really don't think we should have BMX again this year. If we have them next year, at least it's part of that theme. And they were quite expensive, weren't they, as well?
1400, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think if we can have a look and see what else might be possible. I think it'll be worth doing that, because I do think with it being there last year, it won't go down well that we have them there again this year. The other thing was in the minutes of the last meeting, we agreed to send them, you'd either send a link or the video of the guy singing.
Yeah, I sent it the day after. Did you not get it?
Oh, maybe
I'll send it again. Don't worry, Morag.
Apologise.
Don't worry, it's fine.
I usually open things up straight away, but
I'll recirculate it, not a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you, Morag. Bill?
I don't suggest this as the main event, certainly, but given that Adele definitely raised the profile of bobsledding locally, even if she can't be there because she's got other commitments, I wonder if we could persuade the British Olympic bobsleigh team to display one of the sleds, because I'm sure the kids would absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the arena, maybe.
Real good idea, yeah.
Who do I?
Really good idea.
you have to
Adele.
consider insurance or not.
Sorry?
You have to consider insurance. or
Well,
not.
I
We
don't
can ask the
think
question.
they're going to go in it
Yeah,
or down the
quite
slide
right.
or anything.
We wouldn't be using it around the show field. We just,
Have a bit of a sled.
it would be an exhibit.
They might say no because they're hugely expensive
Yeah.
bits of kit, but they might do.
We've agreed the inflatables, haven't we, as well as.
That's all
the
been
things
booked.
that are in-
Everything that
And
was,
the,
yeah.
and the musician.
Yeah. It was just, yeah. We held off the one singer because she wanted the video, so. But I'll
where-
send it again, it's not.
Where are we going with it? Bill?
I do wonder whether, some sort of team sport might be, might actually work as the main,
Yeah.
the main event. Whether it's tag rugby or, or seven-a-side soccer or something like that,
Has to include girls, netball.
yeah, maybe even that.
Yeah.
But it's just a thought. I mean, I don't know whether there are people who actually offer something like that, or whether it's a matter of just using local teams. But that's the sort of thing that would actually keep people there, because they, you don't like to leave until you see, until you get the result.
One of these, that hires out people for the day, they sent me a suggestion of their comical sporting people that come about, and they've got like huge rackets and things like that, or really miniature ones, just to make people laugh. But they're not so much of a headline act, but they would be comical enough to, I think, keep people there. But that's an idea, so I could circulate that to you, see what you think of that, and then we can put it on the agenda for the next meeting, if you like.
And maybe talk to Daly, because I do think and I was in my head looking forward, it was, well, we could have the sort of not the finals, but even the semi-finals as the main act in the internal ring rather than outside.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're going back to the committee?
Well, there are still, if you don't want to me to obtain quotes for the BMX, that's absolutely fine, but I just need a vote on me creating an itinerary for the day. And also to approach multiple PA sound people for a quote for the day. So if you're happy with that, I just need someone to Morg's proposing.
Okay, all in favour?
I need a seconder. Who seconded it?
Yeah, Jackson,
Thank you, everyone.
thank you very much. Okay, Santa suit. Appendix A. I don't know how you all feel, but I think the cheapest one is the best here.
Oh no, it's too short, Chris. I crossed that one out straight away.
It's too short.
We just.
The tunic's too short,
Which one are you looking at?
or maybe it's just the models, but
Smithies.
Oh, the
Amazon.
the one that's short is the first one, but the cheapest one is the middle one. That looks.
so that's.
That's the thing I think is the
Well, I was looking the wrong way round.
best.
First one was.
Didn't like the one first one because it.
It's got a lot more with it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
I think, I would be supporting the second, Chairman.
Thank you, Bill. Anyone else got any comments? Cause I just think you get more for you. I think you get your red bag as well with, we've never had.
I think it looks great.
I don't think you get the red bag.
No.
You don't get the bag, no?
No.
It's still.
I think I've got a bag like that.
Can we do that for wrong advertising then?
It's a big long beard, Chris.
Yeah, but we could try and get the red bag as well.
Yeah.
If we say, excuse me, where's my bag?
We've got one anyway.
I think we have got one.
Okay, so we're all in favour of number two. Yeah, number two.
Propose number 2.
Thank you.
It's my favourite.
Thank you. All in favour? We're going with that. Thank you very much. I'm sure whoever it is going to look lovely. Upcoming events then, 7:10. Do you want me to go through these? The Easter egg, Mayor's Quiz, Carnival, Continental Market, 40s Weekend, Memorial Garden Service, Firework Display, Remembrance, 2 minutes silence outside the Town Hall, and Winter Festival.
Right, you've gone through them all, thank you, Chairman.
So, Chair, the civic ceremony isn't in there, Ken.
No, that's
Civic
cheap.
ceremony.
Oh, thank you. I've missed it out.
31st of May.
What's that?
Civic ceremony.
Thank you,
31st of
Morag. I
May.
will add that to the list.
Thank you, Maura.
The Memorial Garden Service, of course, we're not sure of the dates, are we? Because
No.
they change.
Yeah, I'll leave it on there for now, so we've got a general idea, but as soon as that's confirmed whether what's happening with it, I'll change it.
Okay, everyone?
Can I just ask? Is there any way we can have sight of the bookings in the town hall?
The bookings in the town hall,
Yeah,
you mean like a monthly sort of
yeah, like a
overview?
calendar. Because there's things that I didn't know were going on, but actually I would have liked to have gone to.
Right.
And then it just made me think. You know,
Some are private
but no, it
bookings.
doesn't have to be absolutely everything.
Yeah.
They're like the bigger events that are going on.
I think I absolutely agree. I mean, useful anyway, just to have an idea of how much the hall is being used.
Yeah,
I mean, that includes private bookings, but you only need to say private.
Yeah, I can
booking.
put
You don't need to
private.
say, give any details of
Yeah.
that.
yeah, I'm sure the system will print them off, no
Yeah.
problem, yeah. It might be a month behind, but
Yeah,
if that's what you want, I can add that.
Okay, everyone? Phil, would you like to come and just finish this meeting up?
Um,
I'm in a little bit. I'm a little bit uncomfortable and I need to stand up for a while.
okay, Chris, no, that's
All right.
fine, unless anybody else.
If,
wants to do-
if you're all right with that.
Has anybody actually looked at these planning applications before the
I have,
meeting?
yes. Yeah.
Is that everybody?
Hmm? I was just saying, Bill has looked at the planning applications prior to the meeting, so.
Can we, sorry, Phil, can we vote for me to leave the floor?
Oh, right. okay.
Yes,
Someone else to take over.
Thank you.
Well, if you've prepped it, do you want to chair it?
well, I don't know, it's just, you don't need to have lots of them, you want to.
No, I
chair.
know, but it just helps if you sort of know what you're talking about, doesn't it? Not that, I mean, I'm sure we all do, but I didn't have time to.
So if I requested Mr. Mayor, you'd better come up and do it, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Better understanding is and everything.
Anyway.
All right, Chris.
No problem.
Yes, thank you.
Well,
One stand.
Yeah.
Bill, property.
Yeah. At least they would.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to run for eight?
Which I mean, just wait long enough, for what pushes to make a cup of tea.
We'll wait a moment for the tea. If you're the designated tea waller.
So I can't lay claim to have looked at any of these in detail. I did manage when I got into the allotment to have a quick
Yeah.
glance at them
All right.
I'm disappointed
Yeah.
though, since I've
Do you want
started
sugar?
bringing
Yeah,
you
you
the
can.
comments from the other consultees. I haven't had any comments on any of the applications since.
No.
You know, usually people will comment,
Mm.
I highlight them and bring them
Yeah.
to committee. I haven't had comment on any of them since.
Well, I'm slightly surprised considering the first application that we haven't got a deputation from Full P here as we did last time this one came up.
Because this one's just the,
I know.
to tell you it's
Yeah.
coming. Once it comes, then they'll, yeah, definitely. I'm surprised to see that on again.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, Fraser Jones, he's like a dog with a bone, it's a late go.
You're welcome, sir.
Like,
Would you like? No.
no sugar.
So Chair, just going to get the lady in recess.
Well, we've got a bit of a recess, obviously I see that one of your half plots is now handed over to someone else.
Is it?
Yeah, but the other one is still available and has been completely motivated by so I mean, you know, if Diana wanted to have, you know, a single plot rather than two,
Okay.
it would still be possible, I think. I mean, looking in Wendy's direction, but
Yeah.
I will mention it.
and
In tomorrow or Thursday?
Do I find tomorrow? Yes, I do, don't I? Yeah, yeah,
And
You can look there.
yeah, okay.
and the lady who's had the other half plot doesn't want the blackcurrant that's there.
Right,
It's got to be moved somewhere.
yeah, okay.
I don't take stimulants.
Yeah.
Imagine, yeah, imagine you tea or coffee. It'd be terrifying.
Very keen.
Yeah.
And she did a lot of work on it at first, and then she just didn't have the time, so, well, thank you, brilliant.
But now you see, I mean, the year ahead, you will have so much time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but it wasn't me that did it. Okay. Right, we'll carry on. We're now into the planning part of the meeting, and the first is item 8.1 on the agenda, which is the proposed planning application on land leased to Pool Key. This is these are pre-application notices, and the development. Yeah, we got is there a plan of that?
No,
No, there's
all
the-
the information there is there.
There's nothing other than what is there.
Yeah,
This is Fraser Jones and his outfit yet again.
yeah,
Presumably the same area of land, presumably more or less the same application. This was strongly opposed both on environmental grounds and by the Highways Authority. I'm surprised to see it back. Well, no, I'm not surprised to see it back because, as I say, I think Fraser doesn't let go of things.
yes, indeed. And didn't we have objections from local residents
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so presumably nothing material has planned, it has changed. They're just resubmitting the plans, perhaps in a slightly amended form. Or they haven't submitted plans yet, because this is pre-application.
We have no way of knowing whether anything's changed or not in terms of this.
So is the correct procedure here merely to note it without comment and wait until plans are submitted?
I think I would have said
You're
so.
welcome to comment if you want. I can always send it to the person that
Yeah.
sent me the pre-application. That's up to you.
I don't think there's any comment we can reasonably make because we are clearly going to oppose the plans unless there are substantial changes. But until we see the plans, we can't really know whether there are any substantial changes.
Absolutely. Chris, did you want to?
Yeah, is this the same one that there was a proposed car park, car?
No, that was
No.
the nature reserve.
No, that was a different thing.
That was the nature reserve, I'm sorry. Where is this exactly? Because it's a floodplain all down there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. It's not very far from the church, but it's a sort of triangle of land down to the river. It's a fairly small piece of land. The idea of a slurry pit that close to the river is a bit worrisome anyway. Traffic going on and off the road there. The Highways Authority were very unhappy with that because of the nature of the road. And of course, the speed limit in Pool Key is 50, so traffic is going at a fair speed through there.
Chris?
If it's by the church, Bill, you seem to know this, but it must be adjacent to the main road or very close to it.
Yeah.
And a slurry of quite a large building.
Yes, it was a fair sized building in the original plans. I mean, I don't know what might have changed or what might
We
have
don't know
changed.
yet.
So
No, as this is a pre-planning application, then we can't really know what is proposed until we see it. But I would be concerned about any storage of slurry anywhere near any watercourse or anything like that. But
I mean, the only thing we could, I suppose, if we wanted to make any comment, is just to express our surprise that it should be resubmitted. Is the area seems to us to be unsuitable for this sort of development.
Chris?
Could I propose we put a no comment in and just keep a close eye on it?
Yeah,
Jack?
that's probably what I would have suggested, but so we're noting it, but not making no comment.
Yeah.
Right, is there a second? Okay, those in favour?
Thank you.
Okay, that's unanimous. Item 8.2. Application under section 73 to vary a condition attached to planning approval. This is land to the east of Europa Plain, Gatwick Lane, Royce Lane, Welshpool, and that's Appendix I. Have you looked at this one, Bill?
Yeah. It's the sort of development I don't really like much, but I can't really see any any good reason to oppose the changes, which are fairly minor. They don't affect the environment in any way. They do slightly affect the appearance of the property. Insofar as there's an additional porch, which will be quite visible from the road, but I can't see any reason to comment on this.
I agree with Phil.
You agree?
Phil.
Okay, so are we tacitly approving that or again making no comment?
We're noting it, are we?
Just note it, yes, yeah, no comment.
Moving, no comment.
Okay, so that's the proposal. Is the seconder? Both of you, are those in favour? Okay.
Yeah.
Item 8.3, this is a planning application 260267 FUL. This is for the erection of a workshop shed for the storage and dismantling of vehicles. And again, it's at Joyce Brain,
I think this
Welshpool and
I think
Appendix J.
I think this probably should be Nissan rather than Nissan. I think it relates to the type of building property, but it's simply,
Nissan vehicles, not Nissan huts.
yeah, I think it's Nissan huts rather than Nissan vehicles.
Right, yeah,
But,
yeah.
That's Powys, not
Yeah.
me.
This basically is just adding an additional building within a complex of other buildings. It allows a slight increase in workforce in the established business.
Yeah,
So we would be in favour of that.
that seems to me like a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what are we doing here then? What's the proposal?
Support, no comment, Ian?
Support with no comment?
Yeah.
Okay, those in favour? Thank you, it's unanimous. Moving on, item 8.4, this is application 25, the 1881, read REN. This is a section 99 application for variation of condition 2 of a planning approval. And it relates to the Wharf Canal Yard at Welshpool and
It's a Lambert, basically.
it's a which,
A Lambert.
yeah,
I mean, I think it's sort of already happened anyway, so there's not an awful lot that could be.
yes.
I think it looks very good.
Yeah.
It does,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Signage. Okay,
Propose that we approve that. one.
yeah, it's
Really
not-
nice.
yeah, okay, so those in favour?
So support, no comment, yeah?
Yeah,
No problem.
thank you all, it's unanimous. Planning decisions, put that report.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have approved applications for 251524HH, the site in Veneer source heat pump at Windmill Cottages, Treladen. Sorry,
No, it's just,
did I?
let's go down over some of the residents.
Okay, yeah. 251819 LBC, that's to dismantle and rebuild two Merlons on west elevation, Powers Castle, Red Lane. I don't remember that one, but
You know, a Merlon is that sort of thing, do you
Yes.
remember?
yeah. Oh, yes, because they were Victorian editions, I
Yes.
think, but they, yeah. Item 3 was 26/0024/TPO. That was works to the trees subject to a tree preservation order. There were ash trees at Bronnet Buckley. That was approved. And 26/0007/HH. The erection of extensions at 4 Windmill Cottages, Windmill Lane for London. That was approved as well. Refused was the application to fell 4 trees subject to a tree preservation order at Byways, Red Bank, Welshpool. So
They turned it down.
I can find out and let you know. Yeah.
I was expecting that to be turned down. But Because it was, yeah, the position of them is the sort of thing that they don't like trees like that to come down. But,
They needed something doing to them.
yes, they did. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that, but I thought they would struggle to get that thing.
And that's it. So for the date of the next meeting, which is on the 6th of May at 6:30. So thank you all for your attendance. Good meeting, excellently chaired by Chris for the most of it. So
Thank you, Bill.
yeah,
Thank you very
thanks all
much.
very much.